Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for waiting. We are back with our next round. This is round 14. This is yet another game in the WoW lexicon, and we've got in front of us Jeff Fiszbein and Zach Ansell. We've seen Zach Ansell on stream before. He is an incredible player, known for just playing some incredibly long words, which you wouldn't expect to see on the board of a tournament Scrabble game. But where else would you see him? Matt, do you happen to know much about Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff is a really strong player. I've played him a number of times at nationals. He's from the Michigan area. He is a recently retired pharmacist, so he and I talk shop sometimes in addition to Scrabble. He's one of those guys whose rating is a little misleading because when he's hot, he's hot. He can play some great Scrabble. And he's had a hot start to this tournament. If he's playing at table one against Zach Ansell, 7-6, but not a hot start to this game as he throws a tile on the ground, but
Oops.
wisely retrieving it, and we're off to the races here.
Nice. He just pulled out a Z from nowhere. I think that's exactly what you want to do for your good tiles. Just plop them on the ground and hope that they come out really nice.
Yeah, if you don't like your tiles, throw them on the ground, and perhaps they'll turn into a Z, and then you can score that Z for a good amount of points. I do wonder how Jeff is going to cash in the Z this turn. Zag or Glaze are both really nice options. Zeta also undoubles the T's. What are you
Oh,
thinking,
man.
Nits?
Oh, tough, right? I hate duplicates. I hate duplicates, but Glaze scores so well. 34 points. I don't want to give that up. I'm probably going to score that and just like eat the loss of the TT. I mean, how bad could it possibly be, right?
I think I'd play Zag. I think I'd play
Really?
Zag because it's obnoxiously defensive. Unless you've got an S or an A, like you just can't do anything. Even though the ELTT leave is not tasty, I think I'd play Zag. But most players play Glaze. I think the computer plays Glaze, and I think the two plays are pretty close to one another. You make a style decision here. Jeff plays offense, Glaze for 34. Can't sneeze at that.
That's a good point. I mean, stylistically, it can really change the way that the board develops, the way that the game shows up. And right now, with Glaze, maybe we're about to see ourselves a board that's not going to be as blocked up. Maybe it's not going to be as rough to play on as we've seen boards in the past. I mean, so many of the boards that we've seen today have been just impossible to play on with players, barely scoring 20 points here, 20 points there. Maybe this will be the kind of board that'll be wide open and roomy, like a couch spread out on.
Well, we are spreading out on the couch, but we shouldn't be. A phony coming
Oh
from
my
Zach
gosh.
Ansell. He has no playable bingos on this turn, but he is trying the phony evincers. And watch Jeff's poker face here as Zach hits his clock. I did not see Jeff's lips move. Zach going straight into the bag after recording the score. No hold. A
Wow.
phony played by Zach Ansell, who accepted two phonies in one game on stream yesterday. Wow is right. This is what Double Challenge allows. What a swing in this game. Evincers the phony from Zach Ansell.
I don't even know if I was expecting that. Well, you know what? Evincers looks so plausible, right? Like, I mean, you know that evince is a word. I mean, you'd think that evincer is just somebody who shows something clearly. And Jeff here has identified his best move of Brant. He could have exchanged holding down like RT, but this plays through the tiles for 15 points, keeps NNT. He can deal with that later. I really like this play. I think it would have been such a knee-jerk reaction to just try to exchange through this rack. Really good recognition on his part to go and play a Brant.
Yeah, I think you got to take points there if you're Jeff. It's a terrible draw. BNNNRTT is awful, but you got to take the points. You can't afford to exchange and fall even further behind. Brant was a good play. Zach has drawn well. AEGRTW blank means he's going to bingo again this turn. My guess is to the S in Evincers. He's going to hit the 83-point twangers. You want to knock out the most dangerous line on the board when you've got a lead, especially when you're about to go up even bigger. Twangers for 83 is likely what we're going to see from Zach eventually, but I bet he takes his time to make sure that he doesn't have a play that puts a different tile than the blank on that double letter. Take a few more seconds, Zach. Figure out what you got. Twangers is coming though. And a good pull from
Absolutely.
Jeff on the other side too. Bingo, bango.
Nice, nice. Love to see it. This is such a beautiful, like, oh, I really like to see these boards, just open up the board. Sometimes it's really fun to see defensive closed games because it can be very neck and neck and it can be, like any play can be the tide turning move. But sometimes you love to see the space on an open board with a lot of bingos abound. Just like the way that it develops gives you so much space and so much breathing room. Just, I mean, I'm a fan. I'm liking where this board is going. I'm liking where this game is going.
Yeah, but when there's too much breathing room, too much air to breathe, you end up hyperventilating. That's what open boards make me do. They give me anxiety.
Yes, also
But
that.
but some players love these, and we like watching these on stream a lot. I think chat generally likes those 470 to 440 type games. I'm a fan of the Ori Swift 320 to 310 victories, but to each their own. There's a lot of ways you can play Scrabble.
I think it's also really nice to have some variety, like it's great to watch a really defensive, like very closed board game, but also so fun when you just get to play around on the board. You get to frolic through it like it's a meadow and you just get to play it like a symphony. I love that the game develops in so many different ways and every game is so different that it keeps you coming back for more. And in this case, I mean, Zach's identifying where he can play and what he's going to do and I hope he's going to put twangers on the board sooner rather than later.
I'm trying to think if there's even an argument to be made that Twangers is not the correct play here. It looks like Zachary may be thinking of Strewage or something in that vein. That would be way higher scoring. If you are going to roll the dice on a word you're unsure of, one thing you can take solace in is the fact that you're going to bingo next turn pretty much no matter what. Twangers or Waterage, it's going to be hard to obstruct both of those. Actually, it's not impossible to block both of those. Okay, if you play a phony here, it's actually really bad if you're back. Take back what I said. You got to play a valid word here.
But here's the thing, right? Like he's taking so long to play this. If he does play it, I wonder if Jeff is going to get some sort of hint from how long Zach took to play this on the board. These aren't tiles that like you look at them and you're like, oh, it's going to take me forever to find a bingo in here. These do seem tiles like that would possibly give back a bingo, especially to someone like Zach, kind of easily. Here, maybe Jeff's thinking, wait, why did he take 2 or 3 minutes to play Strew? It's like, what was going through his head? Was he just not sure? And with Jackson Smiley, we saw that he hesitated before pulling the trigger on Frenetics just to make Chloe think that he wasn't sure of it. And I don't know, like maybe this is a message that you can get across to your opponent that you're 100% sure of a play and you just use that psychological warfare, another dimension to this game.
I don't know that Zach has quite reached the caliber and swagger of player where he's sitting there playing mind games with his opponent. Look at his posture. Look at the way he's holding himself. You can kind of tell the mind game is in his own head. I bet he recognizes Strewage, Strewage. Chat pointing out this is a Colin. Zach watches all the streams all the time, so I bet he's just seen this word before. And now
Right.
he's hitting the surrender cobra in half because he's like, where have I seen this? I don't think I recognize the alphagram, but I know I've seen Strewage. Is it a Colin? Am I leaving 12 points on the table? Or yeah, this is a hard turn to make.
Right.
But Zach is not playing mind games with his opponent. Zach is playing mind games with himself right now.
Right. And I'm just thinking that if Jeff sees Zach taking so much time to play something like Strewage, his immediate response is going to be, okay, let me challenge this. He did not look sure. These tiles could probably give back a better bingo or another bingo. It seems like, this is not the one that could be valid. And this, of course, is implying that Jeff doesn't know that Strewage is invalid in this lexicon. I'm sure that Jeff, having reached table one, already knows what words are valid, what words are not valid. Yes, he let evincers go. That is a double challenge for you. It's just going to happen sometimes. But I think with Strewage, I think he might be able to come to the conclusion like, oh, I do not recognize this as being part of my lexicon. I think I'm going to challenge this. So, okay, we're going to see.
What?
Wait. Okay, so he.
Oh, he whiffed everything. Oof. He's fighting the demons in his own head. He missed. I think he got so caught up on Strewage that he just got in his own head and missed every single thing that turn. I'm not even going to pretend like this was tactical. Zach just missed there.
Yeah, I unfortunately I do not think that this was a tactical decision. If you see twangers or waterage or strewage, you're gonna try strewage, you know. And I mean I'm kind of glad that he didn't try to. I have a feeling that it would have been challenged off, but like I feel so bad for him, to have played wager here and have the opportunity to play other bingos. But sometimes it's just like it just happens, you know. Like what are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
yeah, it's a long tournament. You don't
Yeah,
play every turn correctly unless you're Nigel Richards. Whiffs happen. Feels bad when you do them on the stream, but they happen. Zach fought the demons in his own head that turn and did not vanquish them.
right.
Intoners now comes as a big punish for Jeff. Zach did not block the S. Jeff crushes the S, and feel bad for Zach there, but also I'm stoked that we have a game now. Jeff 126, Zach 124. This is not the runaway it looked like it might be. And
Yeah.
Zach's got a tricky turn once again. I think FOU. Oh, he played Intoners, not Turnians. Okay. I don't know
Mhm.
what Zach's going
He's
to do.
here to chicken yeah, he's there to just, like, mess with the commentators, changing his plays at the last moment. But, yes, I think Zach, unfortunately, I do not think he has a bingo now. He's just gonna have to play through this rack, hold on to that blank for another turn, possibly his best play might be because of intoners now with that E in space. He could do IF, just IF, IN, and FE. You know, that's 28 points. That gets rid of that F, and he keeps out, which is, you know, it's not a bad set of tiles to keep. You might draw into bingos that are like out bingos. You know, there are so many of them in the dictionary. Maybe not. I mean, there's a C floating that he could play through. Maybe he could play through that N that's in Evincers. Possibly, you know, he still has chances.
Yeah, Nits is making a great point here. I think a lot of players just grab the F and hit that word or triple letter square and then grab their O and play FOR to the R in Evincers. In a vacuum, the O is a worse tile than the I. And if you have the choice, you should play the O and not the I, especially if you get an extra point. But with the leave, OUT is so synergistic together, especially with P blank and range. I like this idea of if holding the OUT together to try to bingo next turn. Four is also a fine play. Either one of them is very justifiable, but I would play if and keep out and see where that takes me.
Right, me too. But maybe, okay, 4, I mean, 4 is fine. It's still like, I mean, an I in, you know, in a vacuum, like you mentioned, it is better than an O. It's still good. There's an N on the board. Maybe he can get like an UN kind of bingo. And um, good on Jeff for not wasting much time. He's just gonna go ahead and he's gonna play Yod, keeping BA. Really great play on his part. Great, you know, 48-point play. Another thing that he's doing here, apart from just scoring a lot, is he's putting some time pressure on Zach, which might become important later on in the game.
Zach is not going to crumble under time pressure. Zach plays Blitz online all the time. He plays speed all the time. He's fine. I'm not worried about Zach and the time pressure here.
But yet another move for Zach where he does not have a bingo. So what is he to do? He's drawn a wow, he's drawn another F. He's got this T. This is just not looking like a rack that he wants to work with. I think what does he even do? Well, the one good thing actually that has come out of his play of playing 4 is that he set he set himself up to play 4 again, and this time with FET for 21 points, or maybe even FEU for 21 points. I think something like that just is yet another move where he's just going to have to get rid of his stuff.
Yeah, he's going to have to get rid of some of the junk he's got on his rack, and he just can't get rid of all of it at once. FEU through the E and Evincers feels natural. IPTT, it's not all that synergistic, but with the floaters, there's enough that can happen. I don't want to keep the IPU combination together, so I wouldn't play FET and 4. I'd be more inclined to play FEU in this situation. Maybe you want to play a little bit longer, though, get into bingo range a little bit quicker. Some players, like you see, he's even got set up unfit through the N in Evincers. I wouldn't play
Nice.
this with QX unseen after he's just played 5 tiles, but I wonder if Zach is a little bit tilted right now. I think the Strewage turn is still in his head.
I think he's definitely shooting straight for that bingo. He's like, okay, let me just go ahead. I know that PT are so nice together. Let me go ahead and just fish for that. I feel like if he was doing so, then he could have played something like Tuft to the T of intoners or intoners. And that would have done something similar, even though it was two fewer points. PIT is a pretty good leave. PIT blank, I mean, is a pretty good leave. But it is what it is. And we're back to Jeff now, who has he's got Barn set aside on his rack. Is he thinking to play that above unfit?
I think he was at first, and now he seems to be shifting to another option. He's got just BA set up with an N and some space. I wonder if he's going to play ban somewhere. I wouldn't play Barn on top of unfit. I wouldn't keep AIN as a leave. I'd want to keep another consonant or try to stabilize it in some way.
Absolutely.
Ban is a reasonable play on top of it. Just BAN, setting up your back I, or if you know the six-letter Banian, BANIAN, playing that down to the N and intoners is okay. Barn is what Jeff is opting to play here. He's going to need to dodge vowels on this pull, but this plays fine as long as he does that.
This is interesting. Yeah, I would have liked to see Ban. He could have set up that back eye, as you mentioned. Barn, I think a slight miss. He had thought about Ban. I wonder why he picked Barn. I wonder if he was thinking maybe I need to get rid of another tile for some reason. But that's just that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And Zach here with upstaged on his rack that he's identified. That was pretty quick. That was really, really cool. Unfortunately, just a 63-point bingo, though. So it does keep him, alive in this game. It does put him about 30 points ahead, but he really wanted a bingo that was kind of higher scoring here.
Yeah, I mean, he had a high scoring bingo 3 turns ago, and then he missed bingos on the next 2 turns because of bad draws, and now he's just getting 63 points for this blank. It's always frustrating when that happens, but the tiles have not been cooperating. GPTTUD to go with his bingo prone stuff, and some Fs in there as well. This is Zach's only bingo, though, and he's not wasting a lot of time. Now Jeff put to the test. He'll have to find his only bingo, and it's already set up on his rack. The only playable bingo for Jeff is through the N in Barn unnailed. So we said, why would you play Barn instead of something else? This is why. I want to bingo through this N. Big brain from
Well,
Jeff.
I mean, to be fair, with the Bonnie word, I mean, an ideal would have still played and, like Alliand and stuff. So it would have been fine, to be fair.
Right,
But
right, right.
Unnailed, a great find from Jeff. I hope he's putting this down quickly. I mean, he's only barely at 19 minutes right now. I wonder if he's looking through that D. Maybe he's just counting. And okay, there we go. Unnailed going on the board. Um, Zach's reaction, he's just taking it. He's like, okay, this is a seasoned player. Zach is just gonna do what he does.
That face says, I knew Struage was a word, and I'm losing this entire game because I failed to pull the trigger on it. But no, Zach, Struage wasn't a word. Let it go. All
All
right.
right. So, wow, what is Zach to do? What is Zach to do?
He's going
Back
to
and
play on the
forth.
top row, I think. He's got a bunch of different plays here. I'm curious which one he picks. HOOTED plays above upstaged on the right side of this board. It's 40 points for Hooted, but there's also Dehort, DEHORT, in the same spot for 47. So Hooted holds an R, Dehort holds an O. There's a lot of vowels to draw. A lot of vowels to draw. Wow, my goodness. So
Definitely got to go
Dehort
with Hooted.
scores points, but yeah, Hooted looks like it's going to do better in this game. I wonder if Zach thinks of it.
He's gonna see it. He's gonna see it. Oh my God, Jeff with a bingo that he's already seen. That's
Whoa.
incredible. Okay,
Wow.
wow. Jeff is really showing us why he's on table one right now.
Told you he's good. When he runs hot, he's really good at Scrabble. Man, Jeff, that was
Just
fast.
bingo bongoing all the way down this board. Wow. I mean, I'd mentioned that I really like open boards because of how much opportunity that they give you. I really like seeing boards where you can frolic and just have fun and just like play anywhere basically. And I mean, we're really enjoying the aftermath of that, which is like the bingos just keep going down. This is really, really chill. Um, Let's see. We're going to see D Hort going down, keeping an O. I think I would have preferred Hooted here, but maybe Zach has a reason for why he's doing this. Maybe it's just that it's 7 more points. Maybe it's as simple as that. He's just doing the calculation and he says, you know what? I want the 7 points right now.
Man, so because Jeff played Barn instead of Ben, he got unnailed, and now he's going to get schemas with 3 overlaps for 89 points. All right. All
Jesus.
right. He had a much better plan than us when he made that turn. Apologies, Jeff. Should never question you again.
Should never question the
The master
barns.
plan
No.
executed to perfection.
Really
Yeah,
beautifully
I'll
done.
actually point out Jeff has 2 bingos on this turn, one for 89, one for 84, completely different quadrants of the board. He's already set up and seen schemas, and this is the higher scoring, but there is one to the N and N toners. Chat's already spoiled it, but Chess Man also. So incredible pull from Jeff. Could not be blocked. The bingo, the bango, and all of a sudden, a game where Jeff looked like he was going to get blown out, and he's in commanding position here.
I don't know, man. I think it'd be a little disingenuous for a Scrabble man to be playing chess man. I think we're sticking with the scheme here. This is more in line with what we're expecting with the Scrabble world. The chess men can join us. They can become Scrabble men, but this is us. We're here to stay. Now, a weird draw for Zach, but luckily for him, there is a U that is still on this board that he can play his Q through. He does not want to see these tiles, but it is what it is, and he's still going to be able to score pretty well because of that U being out in space. So I don't think it's going to take Zach much time to realize that he has to play through that U, get his Q out. But the question is, what QU word is he going to play? Or is he going to play it at all? Is he just going to play QI? Is he going to play QI and keep EIJOT?
No, you're going to play Quoit, and the reason you're going to play Quoit is because it sets up your J for next turn. Quoit is easily the best play here. Quoit.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
And then you're going to draw one of those 4 O's, and you're going to play JO and JO, or JO and JOT, or something like that. And then your opponent's going to be like, wow, you're really lucky. And then you're going to win the game. Quoit, set up yourself, draw it, and then win. Quoit to Joel. We're probably going to get JOLE next turn.
He's seen it. He's identified it. He's going to put it on the board. We're going to see it come down in a few seconds. There we go. 48 points for Zach. Good find, good play. This is exactly what he needed to do on an equity standpoint and on a strategic standpoint. And back to Jeff.
All right, he's going to draw Joel. He's going to draw OL. Jeff is going to play in the bottom right side of this board, and Zach's going to draw OL and play Joel. Oh, no, that's not quite right. He's going to draw JO, though. JOE? Yeah, JOE. That's
There
it.
we go. Wow, you anti-jinxed him.
All right, JOE. Set it up. Crash it, or cash it next turn. All right. I don't know who's going to win this game yet. Jeff has a lot of points, but he's got a weird rack, and I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do. What do you see so far, Nits?
Feel like okay, so he's identified AIK to the side of his rack. Where is he looking? Because if he's seeing AIK, I'm thinking PAIK could be a nice word, to the side of quite. Maybe he's sniffing out something fishy there. But the quite play looks very straightforward, so there's no reason for him to assume that Zach's got something up his sleeve. So instead, maybe he could identify one of his higher scoring moves, playing a KAPA kappa to the side of unnailed, making KI, AL, PE, and AD. Really high scoring play there, 44 points. He's pretty solid to win here, even though he's only just a few points ahead at the moment. That 30-point lead is going to turn into a 74-point lead if he gets kappa down.
Yeah, but that lead's going to evaporate quickly. Zach has the JX combination. The J already plays for 40. The X can easily be cast for 40 in a few different spots on this board. So Jeff is going to score great here. And it looks like he may be backing out of the word kappa, KAPA. He's looking now at KEPI instead, KEPI. I want to point out the unseen pool. 12 vowels, 7 consonants. That is extremely vowel heavy. And if you look at the consonants, JLLMVXY. The end of this game is going to be interesting to watch. We'll see how close Zach can keep it, but oh, this is going to be fun. And he's a blank too.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Interesting. Man, I like kappa, like I like hanging on to that E. I like hanging on to not duplicates, but I don't know if that's me just being very anti-duplicate. And the thing is, UME is not a word in this lexicon, so the power of the E is not as important there. I think Kappa and Kepi are both really good plays. I think either or that goes down would be fine, unless he's identified something um, better. What is he looking at? I wish I could be in his brain. Maybe he's thinking of what is he thinking?
I think I don't know. Maybe he's thinking about blocking J opportunities to the side of Coit. I wonder if
Right,
PAUA and PO is something he's considering. One other consideration here is Jeff may want to hold on to the PA because there's not very many consonants left, but B for the UMP spot on the right
right.
side triple word score. So I wonder if he's trying to find other plays that just use the K to score. I just don't see anything. I think you have to cash in the P this turn in some way. And I think Kappa or Kepi did just score so much better than any other option. Despite holding three vowels with a pool of a ton of vowels, you've got to play one of those two.
Right. I mean, he's not going to have a great chance to use that P to the side of I mean, he's going to have to, well, maybe he could do just PE and deal with the consequences later, but I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, what does he do if he holds on to that P? PE is going to give him 36 points right now and save what for when? He gets AEIKU left on his rack, might be drawing some vowels anyway. So perhaps Power might be fine. But really, though, the points that he gets from Kappa and Kepi are just so great. It's hard to pass up on that once you've just identified something so juicy.
One consideration for Jeff is jump as well. If you keep the P and then draw the J to jump
Oh,
through there, that's almost game over. So that's something. But then I'd also be worried about big J plays through the E and unnailed. Jump is only possible if he has J blank on his rack, but jump is possible for me in other situations. Jeff has a lot to think about this turn, but I agree. You agree that you've got to score 44 here. You want to hold the P if at all possible, but it's just not possible. It's not worth a huge sacrifice to do so. Kepi score 44 points, go up by nearly 70. I like this choice.
I also like this choice. I think he's done really well to have identified this so quickly, and I like that he's done his due diligence and now gone ahead. Ooh, and he has not pressed his clock. He has not pressed his clock. He's just messing with us. What is
Oh, well,
he
now that
gonna
you've
do?
shown him you have all vowels, play the other ones.
Oh my
I do this
gosh.
stuff all the time too. He plays Kappa.
Wow.
No, he still hasn't hit his clock. Oh,
Oh, oh, oh my
Kepi,
gosh. Oh my
Kappa,
gosh. Oh my
Kepi,
gosh. Oh
Kappa,
my
snip,
gosh.
snap, snip, snap.
So
He
now
still hasn't hit
Zach
his
has
clock. Oh, no, he has. Okay.
incredible knowledge of what Jeff has kept. He has no idea what that other tile is, but he definitely knows that he's got two A's, only one A. Oh my gosh.
All right. Zach knows the two A's in the bag are both on Jeff's rack, which makes the unseen pool a little bit easier for him to dissect, although harder for him to look at. Uh, JOE, I think coming from Zach, I really just I can't see a reason why you don't make this play unless there's a six setup, and Zach's
Absolutely.
not going to take the time to look for a setup. I don't think a setup is even possible right here. So yeah, JOE feels very standard. Keep the time pressure on, keep the game going. See what
Absolutely.
you pull out of the bag next. Jeff has pulled some terrible tiles out of the bag. AEIOUAV on his rack. This game's gonna be interesting.
This is tough. There's a blank unseen. The X is still out for Jeff. He doesn't know where that is. There's an M unseen that can go to the side of It can make UMM. This is going to be tough, but he's got to go through all of these vowels. Is he supposed to just play qua? QUA for 18? Like, what do you even do here? Do you play something like Aviso through the S of schemas? I mean, this is such a tough position to be in. But a part of me kind of doesn't mind qua. Like I kind of don't mind keeping a consonant, even though if it is a gross consonant like a V. Well, what are you going to do here, Matt?
The first thing you want to think about is pacing with five in the bag. You want to play 3 2 tiles, most ideally. QUA does fit the bill in that regard. But still, if you look at the unseen pool, there are more vowels, 7 vowels to just 5 consonants. JOE was played so fast that you can make very little in terms of inference based on that play. Oh, this is a hard turn for Jeff. Guava from the G looks really good, except pacing wise, it's not great. But I don't want to get saddled with this V late in the game. It's going to cause trouble. This is a really hard turn for Jeff.
It's a really
And the
tough
whole
turn.
game comes down to here. Jeff sees an unseen blank. You see him counting the 7 tiles there, seeing if bingos fit. I think he's worried about Zach bingoing out here, but we know that the blank is still in the bag, and it's the last thing he needs to worry about. He's blocking everything. He's blocking the bingos that would play down from ET. Counting again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The V is in the way. This blocks everything, and this is a nice play. It's hard for Jeff to lose unless Zach has a really big score. Not going to get bingoed out on. At least take that out of play. VAIN, play 3 tiles, leave 2 in the bag. That's the line here played by Jeff and Zach. AEILLOX has 2 in the bag and an uphill climb to get back into this one. Does Jeff draw the blank?
Wow.
No, and
Oh my
no,
God.
the blank is in the
Oh, but he
Oh
does
my
have an
goodness.
M. So is that gonna help
You got the M
him?
for UMM and ME. That's a really big pickup, but the blank is in the bag. Now, if you're
Hmm.
Zach with a deficit like this, the first assumption you have to make is the blank's got to be in the bag. If the blank's not on the bag, I'm completely dead in this game anyway. So I'm going to make a plan as if I'm going to draw it. Can I find a plan, assuming I draw the X or the blank, that wins me this game? I need some time to brainstorm on this one. But if you play Apex, keep EILLO, score pretty well, and draw the blank. I don't know what you can threaten. Jeff just blocked the board so effectively. I don't know. I'm not seeing a compelling line here for Zach, but we need to be creative. Zach's got 9 minutes to come up with the gambit.
Well, can he draw into what does he
Can you
do?
play Apex and or Ape and set up Apex in some way?
So
No.
maybe he can like draw into like a moi bingo, like MOI bingo, like a but I don't think so because he barely has any of the tiles for that. So, what is he supposed to do here?
You can't draw MOI bingos. You'd have to start with like MR or something. That's
Or
impossible.
MY?
MY, yeah,
Yeah,
that's not there.
like
Mycology. No, VOX is 26 points. Does that get you anywhere? I don't think so. LOX to the left side of or right side of wager, making doll go an
maybe
X.
he can draw.
What did he do? He played, so we shouldn't figure out what he should do. We should just figure out what he did do. He put an E down. He
Yes,
played
he played
FORE.
4.
Oh, he's fishing for
Yeah.
something specific. Oxilla is the leave. I don't know what he's fishing for. And he got the blank. Okay, we'll find out what he was fishing for. He fished 1 tile, got the blank. Whatever it was, let's see it.
That is really interesting. Because I was thinking maybe he does something to the R of Barnes, like maybe he's gonna go for like Vexillor or something there. I don't know. Like, I don't know. This is just what did he have in mind?
Oh,
Maybe
he
he's
set up
setting up
4x. He
4x.
set up
There we
4x.
go.
He's okay,
Nice.
duh. He set up 4x, but that's not enough.
That's really intelligent. Wow.
Maybe he was thinking draw 4x, hit it, and then even if he has the blank, I can draw the M and win, but he drew the blank and Jeff had the M and he's going to lose. I
Right.
wonder if 4x and then drawing the M actually does win. Interesting idea, but this is the best case scenario and it's not going to work out.
Damn. Wow. Wow. This is really, really interesting. Even if he does, yeah, even if he does Ox right now for 56, he just doesn't win this, I don't think. So what does he do? If he does OX for 56, then Jeff can play use YOS to schemas. He can play Toyo from the T of upstage. That's a little harder to find. You could even play just Toy. I think there's a there's just nothing that Zach has that scores enough to be able to come back. I mean, it's going to be a close game. It's probably going to be like a 20, 30 point spread, but it's just unless Zach has some incredible miracle play that he has identified. Like, what if he plays something like XI? And yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think there's a win here.
Engine has no wins and nothing that even comes super close. Like it's a 20, 30 point win for Jeff, almost no matter what happens. And I'm not gonna try to outsmart the Engine here. This was a really interesting game and one that just kind of slowly spiraled out of control for Zach, and one where Jeff just kept picking up steam and picking up steam. Each player faced some adversity this game, but Jeff, man, when he plays, when he's hot, he's hot. He played really good Scrabble this game. He found schemas in under 20 seconds. This guy can play.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What a great player and just so wonderful to see on stream. That's awesome. And chat has suggested something like Lido on Zach's part, setting up, I believe, Axels possibly. Um, that would be really cool. Axel's is 72 points. It's an amazing play. Holy crap. And that still loses by like 19
Uh,
after Lido. That's really, really nice find.
yeah, I mean that can that even be blocked?
It doesn't have to even be blocked because it still
Yeah,
loses.
but it would be if it happens. But can it be?
Can it be?
I don't think so. Unstoppable. Is that real? Lido unstoppable
Um,
setup?
let's see. I mean, is there even a wow.
Just there's nothing. So you just have
There's
to.
nothing.
Okay,
Wow.
wow, goodness. Lido unstoppable setup.
Incredible.
78 and out. That's sick. Oh, that's really good. That's really good.
What if he
Is that Rafi?
does?
Yeah, that's Rafi.
So let's see.
Way to go, Rafi. Unstoppable.
He's gone ahead and he's done Ox, 56 points. Good play.
Yeah.
And now Jeff has OYO to the side. He's identified Toyo. He's going to play that for 27 points. He's got 10 minutes on his clock still, but I don't think he's going to spend too much time just thinking about this. Seems kind of clear to him at this point. I think that he's not going to lose this, but good for him to doing his paperwork, crossing his T's, dotting his I's, making sure there isn't a huge loss for him there. He's not losing by one by any chance. Just making sure he's doing the math, which is important.
All right, that's gonna make this WoW field really spicy. Zach was in first place before this game, one of several players at 10-3. But with Zach taking a loss here, I was thinking we might have somebody looking to run away with it and people going nuts on Bourbon Street tonight. But I think we're gonna have a pretty sober evening in New Orleans. This WoW field has been blown wide open. Zachary taking the loss, he'll drop to 10-4. Only Carl Johnson has the ability to get to 11 wins this round. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of very strong players within a game or two of each other.
Wow.
It's going to be
Wow.
awesome.
Incredible. I mean, watching plays like these is just so insane to me. The amount of forethought that goes into it, the amount of effort that they put into learning these words, being able to see them, being able to play them. And yes, Zach made a few mistakes this game. Jeff maybe arguably made mistake here or two, but just really just beautifully done. What a great game to look at, to commentate, to be able to enjoy with you guys. So thank you for being here. Thank you all for like your commentary and like for joining in and having fun with this. This is just a really great time.
Yeah, thanks literally to every single one of you who's watching right now. We appreciate every single one of you tuning in. I glance at the number early and often to satisfy my own ego. And if we didn't have at least 100 people watching these videos, I'm sure we'd stop making these videos. So we appreciate everybody hanging
Okay.
out in the chat. We appreciate those watching, those who have spread the links around, cheered for us. Thank you for being here. And thanks for staying around today and joining us tomorrow as well for the finals of the Crescent City Cup.
Absolutely. We still have two more games left tonight. Obviously, I hope you guys are not going to go anywhere. hold your horses, hold on to your hats. We have so many incredible games coming for you. This was just another one of the 6 that we've had today. 2 more to go. I'm sure the players are also getting ready to, get to their final standings. Just a few more games left, 6 more games left until they walk away with a prize or with just the loveliest time and no love all time.
Everybody goes home a winner from this tournament, no matter what. Even if you lose every game in the tournament, you can't not have a good time in New Orleans unless you try, even if a catastrophic winter storm drops 7 inches of snow on everybody at the Scrabble tournament. That would never happen, though.
That
Right,
would
Nits?
never happen. Not here. Not with us.
Nope.
There's
It's
no
not
way.
going to happen.
We're not going to get stuck in NOLA for an extra day.
We're going to get stuck in NOLA for 3 extra days, and honestly, I'm pretty here for it. Oh, friggin' Zach, just do the flex one more time. He had 1 out that scores 5 points more than everything else, and that's this. You have to know the 6-letter Gallic, Gallic, pertaining to gallium. Flex on us, Zach. And Jeff is not even going to challenge. He's a pharmacist. He knows chemistry too. That's it for this one. Let's cut to overhead mic and see what the players have to say.
478 for me.
Yes.
That was nicely set up.
Thank
The
you.
X on your rack. You
Yeah.
did that?
I drew the blank on mine. I didn't
Wow.
expect that.
I was just making sure I had much better plays than this. but
Yeah.
I had a block
Yeah.
chance you could play there. And that was just good. Great you didn't draw the X here.
Yeah. Well, I drew the X right after. So.
And I was missing the overall opaque.
Mm.
And there were 4 O's left.
Yeah, the P was really used by a lot of areas.
Yeah. And I was worried about like Jake's,
Yeah, it's close to it.
Jake or whatever. You had to use the blank, but either way.
But yeah.
And I thought about saving it to play opaque. So I said there were 4 O's left, but I only had KAI to play off, and I only could play 2 of them. And I didn't like my chances of taking two polls to hit it, as opposed to scoring 40 points. And
Oh my god. It's not bad. Fire. And water edge is not columns only. Okay.
what's that?
This turn I left the key blank and I checking out on a bunch of bingos.
Like Wateridge.
Yeah, I thought that was columns only.
Wateridge.
And twangers here.
Mhm. Yeah, I could have played the toner here. You took
Yeah.
any of
Yeah,
those.
no, you can bring it back. It's just like the bingos all like you say. Scrooge's Collins, yeah, that's the other one I was looking at. Scrooge. Yeah. Did I miss anything else on any other turn, or just that turn? Yeah, anything besides that turn? Was there any bingos? I mean, the Vincers was funny. I knew that, but
I wasn't sure.
It's a tough challenge. Yeah.
That's the only thing.
All right. Well,
At the very end, you had a cute setup play you could have made for your text. You could have made Lido one third of the triple instead of Nexel. It still would have lost, but it was just too.
yeah, that can be. Oh, that can't be blocked. Oh wow. Yeah.
You didn't feel
Yeah. There's no blocks. That's good. Yeah. I mean, I was hoping you'd just see this as like a fish for some random bingo and not as a setup.
Well, yes, but as long as I kept scoring, because I mean, I still had the UA to go
Yeah.
through, so I had points. So I wasn't worried. I can get enough points as long as I took this thing. You didn't take that.
Yeah.
I was
They
good.
do decide on Cappy instead of Kappa.
What's that?
Why Cappy instead of Kappa?
Because I hate getting duplicate eyes. I really hate duplicate eyes.
There.
I mean, the problem is the piece can be there. If he's got Japer, whatever the blank, he's gonna have it with either way. And I didn't. Plus, I had opaque if I had an O,
Yeah.
and there were 4 O's left, and I wanted to fish for it. But I could just like KA
I
and
thought you were trying to
fish
keep
for it.
that P.
Yeah, that was why I was trying to keep it for opaque. Yeah, That's why I was fishing for.
Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to assume the blanks in the bag and pictures on them set up on the.
I was afraid you'd do something here that I couldn't block.
Yeah, but I didn't have the blanks problem. I don't know. I don't.
I mean, this is just lucky that this fit after you blocked fit it here. Of course, here then you can put an E here and be off and running.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, I didn't see.
You didn't need to. You still have Kiva, so you're good.
Yeah, it's schemas played on both of them.
Yeah.
It's actually played for more here, but it was much more. I don't know if it's more dangerous. I mean, if you have red tiles. I mean, the sea is nice and defensive, but even a 4-tile play here. IMP less.
Yeah.
IMP
Well, at the J, I was hoping for a jump.
I know that was the other thing I was worried about is when these things all opened up with the Q, the X, and the J all out, and I didn't have anything.
Wait a pony. I knew it was gonna be good, but
I wasn't sure if
I've
it was
gotten
good.
away with it before, and it's a tough challenge for me. So.
Yeah, unless I actually know. I had the thing is I had 7 consonants. Let's clean up my rack.
Yeah.
Doing that.
Well, you blocked all of the words that I was absolutely sure of, like waterlog and twangier and all that.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't intentional. The intention was the fact I had 7 consonants and I had 2 R's and 2 M's, so it just made sense for what I was trying to do.
Huh?
I didn't get either blank, did I?
Nope.
Really game, but no blanks.
Do you want to spring up? Or?
Yeah.
Am I staying on stream for that?
We are figuring that out right now.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for round 14. We're going to be back with round 15 before you know it. We're going to get you an exciting pairing, exciting matchup to watch. This was such a lovely game. And, we're going to be back in a jiffy. What do you think, Matt?
More Scrabble, let's do it. But first, potty break. We'll see y'all on the other side.